What oligarchs rule? What oligarchs rule? A thought is this. Languages make listeners have same thoughts as speakers. Goal of languages is to convey thoughts. I cannot directly send my thoughts to other people. Other people cannot read my thoughts. As I heard, thoughts are chemical compounds. I see a cow. I think, wow, I have finally seen a cow. I want to tell it to another person. I recall present perfect and recall words, whoa, I have finally seen a and cow. I say those words. Whoa, I have finally seen a cow. Another person hears those words, recalls their meaning, and thinks about me. He has been amazed finally seeing a cow. It's unimportant, so that person forgets it. Joking. Next, not only words, but silences and emotions convey thoughts. Silences are pauses. In this audio, there are 5-second silences between paragraphs. Those silences convey a thought that I'm going to tell about a different thing in the next paragraph. If phrase I like you is pronounced angrily, then it conveys a thought that I'm not sincere. That phrase should be pronounced smiling I like you. If someone shows a knife and starts slicing, then I know that I should stay away from that person, unless that person is a cook. Next, words themselves do not matter. If Earth was named Moon, then I would say I'm on Moon instead of saying I'm on Earth. Yeah. Next, word computer came in, but word gramophone came out. What is gramophone? Because I use a computer to listen to music, not a gramophone. I don't need to convey a thought about a gramophone. Like, no one needs to remember former ruler's name. Next, languages can convey difficult thoughts. It is difficult to explain why a person loves another, right? Languages do not have to be clear. Languages should convey thoughts. Next, babies cry is their language. Babies poop in their diaper and cry because I don't like to sit in poop too. As I heard, before 1 year and a half, babies cannot control their pooping and urinating. Maybe if babies were able to speak, then they would not cry. Babies would say, parents, you made me without my consent. Yeah. A thought is this. My thoughts vary, so what I say varies too. Sometimes I think I like cows. Sometimes I think I enjoy cows. Sometimes I think I like their cow. Sometimes I think cows are what I like. Those thoughts and phrases are essentially the same. In my native language, there are proverbs. Do work, then you can fearlessly go for a walk. And work is not a wolf. Work will not run away into a forest. That former means that work should be done first. That latter means that work should not be done first. I tried to make a cake. It's difficult. A piece of cake. A piece of cake is about a thing which is difficult, not easy to do. Joking. Next, following a language style is difficult. Also because I do not think how to say. I think what to say. I tried to follow a language style in this text, but I failed. What I like is that this text is still me, and a listener can feel me if he wants. Meow. A thought is this. I speak how it is comfortable to me. As I heard, important words tend to be short: food, sleep, and evil. It is almost painful to pronounce medical terms. Medical terms are too long and do not consist of words which I know. As I heard, there is an intentionally created long word: pneumonia ultramicroscopic silico volcanoconiosis. I suffocate pronouncing that word. To write 57 as number symbols is faster than to write 57. Next, languages will be more simple. Banning new words, kid slang, and foreign words makes people uncomfortable. Metaphorically, banning new words is to ban people from blinking when people want to blink. As I heard, lawmakers write laws with less and less common words and longer sentences. Laws are unclear. Officials who apply laws are people too and cannot understand those laws. Anarchy is near. Joking. A thought is this: languages mean things because things exist. No things do not exist. Next, a cow means a cow, a thing. I have gray blue eyes, a trait. That I have a trait does not mean that it is separate from me. It is me. I have gray blue eyes means me who has gray blue eyes. Me, a thing. A big cow means a cow which is big. A cow, a thing. A cow on a meadow mows loudly means a cow which is on a meadow and mows loudly. A cow, a thing. Whoa, I have finally seen a cow means me who has been amazed finally seeing a cow. Me, a thing. The third cow means not this, but that cow. A cow, a thing. Some things with traits have been given a word. Word bush means a small tree. Word truck means a big vehicle to carry loads. Next, non-nouns are adverbs, interjections, articles, adjectives, verbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. If I hear only a non-noun, then it does not make sense. In order to make sense, I automatically think of a thing, having a trait of that non-noun. I say big. What is big? Nothing. There are big things, including a cow. I think of a cow. A person says, hey. There is no such thing as hey. There is a person saying hey. I think of that person. I thought is this. The first word was mama. Yeah, meaning a mother. A good start. Mama was pronounced by a baby because an ability to speak is difficult, should be from birth. I cannot exercise myself to have vocal folds. What is on baby's mind? I don't know what was on my mind, but I guess that it was my mom. Word mama is short, is easy to pronounce. As I heard, in 50% of cases, the first word is mommy. Mommy. If parents swear a lot, then the first word can be F word. That baby is prepared for an adult life. Next, usually there is no word for things. There is word cow, meaning a cow, but there is no word meaning a cow on grass or a cow looking into my eyes. A thought is this: when understanding languages, I automatically think of a probable meaning because I do not think formally. I do not think that there is a 50-50 chance that a dinosaur will peek into my room in a second. Will peek or will not peek. Because I never saw a dinosaur. for a dinosaur to peek into my room. Next, if I'm crossing a road and hear car, then I think that a car drives fast. I should be cautious. I do not think that a person wants a car and cannot hold his feelings. If I learn music and say, do I need to learn notes? Then another person thinks of musical notes, not notes, meaning reminders. Next, if I didn't think of a probable meaning, then I would not understand another person. That person is evil would mean four separate words or nonsense. There would mean one person is evil. Person would mean a grammar term, are you or they. A grammar term is evil. Is would mean now. People will not and will not be evil. Evil would mean a paranormal thing. People are paranormal. Next, if I try hard to find a meaning, then nonsense poetry can seem to have sense. What I see is death. Please let me be left. Left, 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 left. I need a small loan. My mood has just won. Won, 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 won. A ball hit a post. My great team has lost. Lost, 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 lost. Is that poetry about life and death? No. About football? No. Did I write that poetry in a minute so that poetry reflects my mind? No. It took 3 hours. 3 hours. Still, that poetry is nonsense. A thought is this: native and foreign languages are learned differently, but can be learned in the same way. This is how native languages are learned. My mom points at a cow and she says, a cow. I know that a cow is called a cow. As I heard, kids learn their native language by an age of 6. This is how foreign languages are learned. I ask my mom using my native language how a cow is called in a foreign language. This is how foreign languages are learned, in the same way as native languages. I happen to be around people who speak a foreign language. They point at a cow and say how it is called. Like I parachuted to a different state, or I'm in a bar around alcoholics. Alcoholics have their language. Not many sounds, not many words, free grammar. Yeah. It's also how the first foreign language was learned. Next, what is good is that many words are synonymous. Meaning of those words is not needed to be learned. A thought is this: in order to learn foreign languages, I learn their basic rules and then I translate what comes to my mind. Because saying what comes to my mind is exactly me speaking what I will say in real life. Next, if I want to say cows do not eat meat except accidentally eating bugs with leaves, I recall how negative present simple is made. Do not. I translate words of my native language and say cows do not eat meat except accidentally eating bugs with leaves. Yeah. Next, basic rules can be learned based on translations, but it is difficult. Basic rules are simple. If basic rules are written down, then they take 1 page. To translate using websites is easier than to translate using paper dictionaries. I repeat new words 20 times. Learning 5 minutes a day is enough. Tenderly. As I heard, some people who went out of a coma learned a foreign language while being in a coma. It is what is stopping me from going into a coma. I do not want to learn a foreign language. A thought is this: there are no language rules, except that languages need to convey thoughts. Language rules have many exceptions. If rules have many exceptions, then rules are not rules. Words have different meanings. In my native language, word order can be different. Next, as I heard, there are 7,000 languages. Languages have their rules. Which rules are right? What's good is that, as I heard, every 2 weeks one language disappears. Joking. There is a language in which, in the end of each sentence, people have to say finish. Hello, finish. I'm not finished, finish. Me either, finish. Okay, I don't have time, finish. As I heard, in American English, there is a pause between a dog and me, while in British English, there is no that pause. A cow, a cat, a dog, and me live as a family. A cow, a cat, a dog, and me live as a family. In reality, people make no pause at all. A cow, a cat, a dog, and me live as a family and speak one language. Joking. Next, some people got bad marks in school for their native language. Those people do not know language rules. But those people do not speak words than people who got good marks.